Hi there, welcome to this video on grounding your energy. This is part of my energy protection series for empaths. And I'm going to discuss a little bit about what grounding is and what we can do to ground and protect our energy. So, what do we mean about grounding? What does it actually mean? For me, grounding is the process where you bring your awareness back from outside of yourself to inside and to realign your energy with Mother Earth is to achieve balance. Um, the way grounding helps empaths is it helps to bring their attention to the present moment, to get some clarity on their thoughts, their feelings, um, and just to become really aware of their physical and emotional body, because as empaths, as you'll know, we are very much tuned into everything that's going on around about us, and a lot of the time we are absorbing other people's energy. A lot of the time what we're feeling isn't always to do with us. Sometimes it's energy that we've picked up and we don't know how to get rid of that energy. We don't really know how to transmute it. But if we're grounding our energy on a daily basis, sometimes it could even be a couple of times a day if you really need it, what you're doing is you are looking within yourself and you are taking that energy and you're just giving it back to Mother Earth to neutralize it. So these are my top tips to help you ground your energy as an empath. Now the first one is we are going to talk about balancing the root chakra, because as you balance the root chakra, you actually ground your energy at the same time. Now, the root chakra is located at the base of the spine, and it particularly governs all your basic needs as a human being, such as food, shelter, kind of like loving relationships, like with your parents as a child. It's all about your safety and your stability. And if this is jeopardized, then you may experience physical manifestations of this, such as struggling with money, struggling with food or weight gain, weight loss issues, maybe struggling to keep a roof over your head, struggle to maintain meaningful relationships or boundaries within relationships. It may manifest as back pain, which is really common. But also, what is quite common about the root chakra is like it's the one that I see blocked mostly in quite a lot of people, but specifically empaths. And what tends to happen is that when the root chakra is blocked, it acts as like you've got like the root, say this is like your root chakra, okay, and you've got all your other chakras in the line, okay. Energy is meant to move up and down between your crown at the top of your head and your root chakra at the base of your spine. That energy is meant to move freely, but when there's a blockage on the root chakra, that energy becomes really stagnant, and what it tends to do is that it slows down the next chakra above it, which is the sacral chakra, and it throws that out of balance as well. So normally if you've got a problem with the root chakra, it's going to have an impact on the health of all your other chakras, so it immediately kind of knocks them all off. But what I tend to see is that if you've got this kind of stagnant energy at the bottom, it kind of acts as it's like a pressure cooker, and it begins to affect the top chakra specifically. So you'll end up with specifically the third eye and the crown they can be enlarged or over exaggerated, which means that, you know, as empaths, we are naturally in tune with everything. We receive a lot of information. We're able to download a lot of information in our environment and from higher sources. But what happens is, well, that's all good and well, we're unable to filter it. And that tends to be when we are processing everyone else's energy and we can't make sense of it, and we get those feelings of being overwhelmed. So we start to feel really tired and lethargic, or we may feel angry and upset. Um, we may feel really run down and have feelings of cold, flu, fatigue, all those kind of things. So it's really important that when you're grounding your energy, you're taking care of the root chakra. So all of these techniques that I'm going to give you are going to help this alongside grounding your energy. Okay, so let me just check my notes just to keep me on track. So one of the best ways, aside from kind of ground, like paying attention to your root chakra, is to get outside and to get your shoes off and stand on the earth with your bare feet. And the reason for being is that you have chakras located in the soles of your feet, which are specifically designed to help you to connect to Mother Earth and to receive energy. So what you should be doing is, when you stand outside, is just to imagine white light coming in through the top of your head, running down through your body, down down your back, down your hips, down your legs, down into your feet, and then all the way down into the core of Mother Earth. And as you're seeing this light go down, you can take all your worries, take anything that's kind of particularly bothering you just now, and just like shove it all down and see it kind of going down to Mother Earth. And then imagine a new light kind of coming up, which is the Mother Earth energy coming in through the soles of your feet, up through your legs, up through your hips, and then through your chakras, through your base chakra, which is your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, and your heart. And you can go all the way back up to the crown if you want. But I specifically usually kind of stop at the heart and expand that energy out around about me. So that's a really good way of like clearing out any negative energy, is just to kind of imagine it all coming down through your body, out through the soles of your feet into the earth, where it's being neutralized, and you're getting that powerful light and healing that is part of Mother Earth coming back into your body. Another way to get really in touch with nature is to spend more time there. As human beings, we're not meant to really be living in buildings the way that we do. We're specifically meant to kind of be outside probably about 80% and inside about 20%. But when you think about the way our modern society is made up, particularly in Western countries, we spend a great deal of our time getting up in the morning, going to work, where we normally stay there for a large part of our day before we come home. So sometimes, like, a lot of us don't actually get that access to outside being in nature that we actually need. And it has been proven that, like, when we spend time in nature, particularly walking in the woods, being around trees, it has this ability to, you know, reduce our heart rate, to promote feelings of being calm and being centered. It improves anxiety, it improves depression, it increases our serotonin uptake. It is hugely beneficial for us to be outside, especially if the sun is shining. But it's also good to kind of get like a full spectrum of all the elements as well. And to really appreciate nature. So we don't really spend enough time there. So being out can definitely amplify our mood, but also provide us with that kind of peace, that tranquility, that kind of silence that we need. When I walk in the woods, I just feel as if like my mind quietens down, it goes still, and it's like one of the best feelings that you can get. So to lead on from that, another way to ground your energy is to respect your circadian rhythm. And that really kind of means about paying attention to your sleep cycle. Now, your sleep cycle may vary from those around you. Not everybody will have the same kind of sleep cycle. Some of us will need more sleep than others, but pay attention to when you are tired, and notice if there's like a pattern or when you typically sleep at night time. What's meant to happen is that as the day kind of gradually goes on, the sun goes down and it gets darker, we're naturally meant to get more tired, which then is going to kind of send us our brain the message that we need to go to sleep. And when we're having that deep sleep, that is when our body is repairing all of its, basically doing all of its upgrades. Our brains kind of developing, making new connections. Our body is kind of working overtime while we sleep to repair anything that needs fixed. So the best time to get that quality sleep is actually between 10 p.m. and 2 o'clock in the morning. That is when you have like your deepest sleep, which is going to have an impact on how refreshed you feel the next day. Unfortunately, the way, again, modern living is set up, we have a lot of artificial light around us, and that artificial light kind of tricks our brain into kind of thinking that it's still daylight, that we don't need to sleep, and this is where like a lot of sleep problems can sometimes come from. We have got a lot of screen time now that we didn't have before, such as computers, laptops, television, mobile phones. So it's not just about the light, but it's also about what kind of frequencies this equipment gives off, which can also impact your sleep, such as Wi-Fi. So it can be an idea if you're wanting to kind of get back into balance and feel less tired, less groggy, and just have like a better kind of feeling with your energy. Try to go to bed a little bit earlier each night. Try and minimize the screen time and the artificial lighting. Particularly maybe put some salt lamps about the house, because they are very kind of low lighting, but they also give off a nice frequency. They're able to kind of transmute the energy around us. Burn candles and try and minimize your time with technology. That is probably like the biggest one that interferes with sleep the most, I would say. One of the other things you can do is to get a grounding mat, which can help you ground. This is specifically useful for those of you who, like, you're not living close to the earth. Like if you're living in a flat or an apartment where you're kind of above the ground level, there's less, how can I put it? It's like your energy and the earth's energy there's like a big space between it. So the closer you are to the earth, the better your circadian rhythm is. And I suppose one of the best ways you could actually do this is if you're obviously in a house, if your bedroom's downstairs. But try and get outside and do some, like, even if you go camping, maybe every couple of months, and get that benefit of sleeping on the earth, just flat on the earth, to reset things for you. Another thing you can do is meditation. Meditation is probably a big everyday one. It's really easy to do, like if you can't get outside. If you're limited on time, just 20 minutes of meditation can be as beneficial as a nap. The type of meditation that I do is transcendental meditation, and I do that for 20 minutes twice a day, which admittedly is a bit difficult when I've got two children. So I do my best to at least get one 20-minute session in every single day. and that really helps me to ground my energy, but also feel more focused, more optimistic. Um, the great thing about transcendental meditation is that it does promote stress relief and deep rest. Um, so I would highly recommend that if you're kind of thinking about meditation, but you don't like that kind of sitting still, kind of trying to keep your mind quiet, have a look at transcendental meditation, because like the benefits you get from it are instantaneous, and you're not trying to quieten your mind. You're kind of using a mantra um, to occupy your mind so that you can go that bit deeper. The other thing I would say would be to reduce your stress, because stress produces cortisol, which it makes your body really kind of tense because it thinks that you're in that flight or fight um, response. And if you're in the flight or fight response, um, you're going to be producing a lot of adrenaline, which is going to make you leak energy. Um, One of the ways I would suggest that you can do that is to look at, again, going outside, getting as much time as you can outside, specifically in nature, and look at kind of some exercise which is not too taxing, like walking, swimming, um, even some yoga, which is kind of just nice, calm, relaxing. Anything that makes you feel relaxed. I would really aim to do that, kind of reduce the stress in your life, which kind of leads me on to the next thing. Like a lot of the stress that we sometimes have in our life comes from caffeine and refined sugars. So if you're looking to balance your root chakra and you're looking to ground your energy, I would recommend you reduce the caffeine and refined sugar. You could replace the caffeine with cacao, um, which it decalcifies the pineal gland, which is associated with the third eye. Um, Turmeric tea is really nice, and it's got that kind of warmth about it that makes you feel really good. Like I can't describe it. I think it's because it's like a spice. Like you feel this inner kind of warmth from it. I really like it. Chai tea as well. Really, you're looking for foods which are very grounding, such as stews, casseroles, soups. Chocolate is another one. You can actually have hot chocolate as a tool for grounding. Um, Nuts and seeds as well. But kind of stay away from like the refined sugar, because that tends to kind of like excite the body. And what you're looking to do is you're looking for that kind of peace, that calmness, um, on an emotional level, but also a physical level as well. You can also use crystals to ground your energy. Some of my favourites for psychic protection are black tourmaline, jet. I'd say like the one I use the most is probably hematite. I have a hematite ring that I sometimes wear, and that if I'm doing like a lot of work with clients and I need to kind of ground my energy quite regularly, like I will wear like a hematite ring. So those are really good for your psychic protection as well as grounding your energy, just reminding you to kind of like stay earthside and just not be too up in the air, up like too in the spirit world. One of the other things I do to ground my energy, if I have been around negative people, if I've came into contact with an energy vampire, if I've had a psychic attack, or I am working with clients with complex cases, specifically to do with their energy, I take a cleansing bath afterwards and I add in pink sea salt, Himalayan salt, lavender and lemon, just to, it helps to kind of cleanse the energy field and helps you ground as well. I would also suggest, like, if you're lucky enough to live somewhere where you can go to the seaside or into the sea to cleanse, that is really powerful. Um, really lucky that in Scotland we have lots of lochs. Not so much where I am living just now, but there has been occasions when I've been with friends in other parts here where we've kind of went skinny dipping in the lochs, and it's like the most amazing feeling when you come back out of that. When you've kind of been swimming in natural water, like not like bath or shower, it's like when you've been swimming like in a loch or a river or something like that. It's a totally different feeling to your energy, and I really recommend that if you've got the chance to do that, that you give it a go. Um, Another way, something I highly recommend, that like if this is all sounding kind of too much to be doing every single day, one of the best ways that you can ground is just by simply having a really good self-care practice that you do daily. So that could be anything from um, just generally looking after yourself, like taking some time out every single day, time that just belongs to you to just switch off from everything. I particularly like to leave my phone alone for a while, and like one of my favourite ways to do that is to just have a bath, um, do some meditation, relax, put on some candles and incense, read a book, um, just kind of disconnect from the day-to-day world or everything that's happened today. Like I feel as if like one of the ways that we kind of bombard ourselves with unwanted energy is actually something through social media, because what happens is sometimes we get into this habit of being on our phone all the time and just continuously scrolling through, and we're seeing all this stuff that sometimes triggers us. Um, and we're kind of, without realizing, we're kind of analyzing that, we're kind of getting caught up with it. Um, so yeah, I would, anything that you kind of feel that you don't want to see on social media, if, just unfollow it. But it's good if you can have that time away from social media that is just yours, where you can switch off, because without realizing it, there is a lot of energy in that. Um, because a lot of us react to it. What's most important though is just to listen to your body when it comes to grounding, and get really in tune with what it is that your body is asking for, what your energy is asking for you to do, whether that's take some time alone or go visit a friend or reconnect with someone, fill your own cup up. One of the best ways to really kind of ground yourself is through touch. So it could be that you give yourself a massage, you maybe even book in for a massage now and again. But the best way is probably through a hug, if you're hugging someone that you love, because it instantly increases your serotonin levels, and it just kind of brings about this calmness, this tranquility. So that can even be like, you can, like for me, like I love hugging my children. Um, that makes me feel good. That reminds me to feel grateful. It enlarges my heart chakra. And it makes me feel good. It raises my vibration. But also hugging the cat. I hug the cat quite a lot. um, so it's kind of find the ways to incorporate this into your daily routine. Do the ones that you enjoy, and some of them you can fit into your life quite easily. Like if you're kind of walking to the shops, you can take like the path that goes through the woods or something, or take a detour one day. Take a detour while you're listening to music, or I would recommend actually if you're going through the woods, sometimes it's best not to listen to anything, and just listen to the trees and just see what comes through for you. So that is how to ground your energy as an empath. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.